I'm Alan Hawes. Welcome back to Cypress Academy, Wicked Wi-Fi 101. Let's get going. In the previous video, I introduced you to the TCP IP sockets, and I explained a basic application protocol I call WWEP. In this video, I'm going to explain the Wicked APIs that you will need to create a basic socket connection. In the beginning, there was the internet, and attached to the internet, through the magic of Wicked, there was a server and a client. And it was good. Remember from the previous chapters that connecting your IoT device to the internet is simply done by configuring Wi-Fi_config dct.h, then calling Wicked init and Wicked network up. Wicked will then take care of doing all of the networking stuff and the Wi-Fi stuff required to make a robust connection. To make a connection through the internet, the client will first call Wicked TCP create socket. This function will turn on a socket deep inside of our network stack. This socket won't be connected to anything, either inside of your firmware or out onto the internet. But it's the point that will eventually be the connection between your client firmware and the server. Next, you call Wicked TCP bind, which will connect your socket to a TCP IP port on your device. But which port? The answer to that question is Wicked any port. But why any port? The answer is it doesn't matter what your outgoing port is. The client only cares what the port is on the server. So you should always let Wicked decide which outgoing port to give you, as it will always assign some number automatically for you that is not currently in use and is outside of the numbers that are well known. After you have a socket and it's bound to a port, the next step is to call Wicked TCP connect, which will make the connection through the cloud all the way to the server on the other side. The arguments to this function are socket, which you just created with Wicked TCP create socket, server, which is the IP address of the server, which you can find by calling Wicked hostname lookup, port, which is the port number on the server that you're trying to talk to, and finally timeout, how long you want to wait. Now, let's look at the server. In many ways, the server is the mirror of the client. It starts by calling Wicked TCP create socket. Then you call Wicked TCP listen, which attaches your socket to the local port that you specified in the arguments. Finally, you need to enable the server by calling Wicked TCP accept, which turns on the socket to accept data from clients on the other side. Let me show you the whole picture. On the client, you call Wicked TCP create socket to make the socket, Wicked TCP bind to hook it up to a local port, Wicked TCP connect to hook it to a server. On the server side, you call Wicked TCP create socket, then Wicked TCP listen to connect to the server to a local port, and finally Wicked TCP accept to turn on the Wicked incoming socket. Once you have a connection made via a socket from the client to the server, now what? The answer to that puzzle is the final piece of this project, and that is Stream. It is possible to use Wicked to look at each individual TCP IP packet, but that's painful. So we created Wicked TCP Stream, which abstracts all of that mumbo jumbo into a simple byte stream. To attach a stream to your socket, first call Wicked TCP stream init, which will create a stream. Then you can call Wicked TCP stream write to send bytes one or more times. After you have finished writing bytes, you should call Wicked TCP stream flush to send any remaining bytes in the write buffer. To read from a stream, it's really simple. You just call Wicked TCP stream read. Both the read and the writes will return after the bytes have been written or read, or after a timeout. You should look at the Wicked_result returned by both of these functions to figure out what really happened. Many things can go wrong in that harsh world called the internet. For instance, the connection gets dropped, or the server is too busy to talk, in which case you would want your local client program to decide what to do and move on with life. In the next video, I'm going to show you the exact implementation of the WWEP client as well as the WWEP server. You can post your comments and questions in our Wi-Fi developer community. Or as always, you're welcome to email me at alan_hawes@cypress.com or tweet me at AskIoTExpert. Thank you.